Hi, good morning folks. Ryan LaRose, head golf professional at the Whitevale Golf Club, coming to you from the 18th green here. This week on Pro Shop Talks, we're actually going to talk about a shot that we find ourselves using out on the golf course and in situations where we may be able to use a different club to hit this type of shot. So currently we're at the 18th green. My ball here is just into the rough. And you can see that the pin is located. I've got a kind of a downhill shot, and I've got just a little bit of rough that I want to get through, but then I've got the green surface there. Normally, a majority of people will pull out their wedges because typically we use wedges for shots that are around the green. But today I've brought out my hybrid. It's a club that I actually like to use quite a bit for two reasons. You don't have to make, a very big swing. More or less, you're making a stroke of if you're hitting a putt, but it also allows for maximum forgiveness. With wedges, there's a little bit more preciseness that you need to have in hitting these shots, whereas with a club like my hybrid here, it's very easy. And the difference of how we're going to play this shot, so kind of like a chip shot, we want to have the ball so it's back in our stance. With a hybrid being a little bit longer, we're going to choke down on the golf club. And what we want to do is just more or less make a stroke like a putting stroke. And what that's going to allow us to do with this club is make decent contact. It'll get the ball up over the grass, but then allow it to get onto the green and rolling towards the hole, which is what we want to do. So we want to have the ball, like I said, back in our stance and just make that stroke. So for this shot here, as mentioned, we want to play it off the back of our stance. We're going to choke down on the golf club because our hybrid is longer than our putter. And we are just going to make a few practice swings, just like we would a putt. And then we get set up when we feel comfortable. So next time you're close to the green and you're faced with a shot that maybe you typically use a wedge, take out your hybrid, try that, try using it just like a putting stroke. Make sure you choke down on the club and have the ball off the back of your stance. And I think that's going to give you some good success. Appreciate you taking the time to watch the video, and we'll see you next week on Pro Shop Talks.